The man was turning into a zombie, but his daughter was only 3 months old. Andy wanted to end it with a knife, but looking at his daughter, he couldn't bring himself to do it. Then he set his watch for a 48-hour countdown. That meant he had 48 hours to find someone to care for her. On the way, the baby kept crying. He knew she missed her mom, so he took out his wife's perfume, sprayed it near the baby's face. Surprisingly, she stopped crying because she smelled her mother's scent. On the road, Andy met a girl. She was also searching for her family. Soon after, they found a camper van. It had a lot of food inside, but when he found them, the man was digging a grave. Andy asked if he could care for the baby. The man refused because he had been bitten too. Andy understood their choice. Finally, he had to leave them. 4 gunshots rang out. They reunited in another way. Andy picked up the gun. He was hesitating. Suddenly, the baby spoke. She called him Dad. For the first time, he dropped the gun immediately. Andy couldn't leave her behind, but he didn't have much time. At that moment, he had to use a stick to keep walking. The infection kept spreading through his body. Suddenly, he stopped. He handed his daughter to the girl. Then he quickly walked away because he could no longer hold on. He saw a stick in her hand. Andy had an idea. He kissed his daughter one last time, begged the girl to protect her, and he tied rotten meat to the stick's end, put on the mouth guard, and bound his hands with rope. So even if he lost control, he wouldn't hurt the 2 girls. Then he carried them both and kept walking. This was his final gift for his daughter, a father's last act of love. Hours later, the girl found her tribe. Everyone was shocked by the scene. An elder wanted to end Andy's pain, but the girl stopped him. She took out Andy's wife's perfume and sprayed it in front of Andy. Though unconscious, he reacted to the familiar scent. Maybe that was the power of love. At that moment, Andy's soul was finally freed. The girl nodded to the elder. Andy collapsed. He had fulfilled his mission. Soon after, they returned to the camp together. Everyone was joyful because of the baby. Then someone noticed her belly. A woman lifted her shirt and saw the word thanks. They were deeply moved. This might be a father's true love. Even giving his life, he would never abandon his child.